With soil erosion rising, crop yields falling, and erratic rains due to climate change, farmers have been forced to change their ways. Now, a new form of agriculture based on Christian teachings, which is called farming God's way, is now transforming farming, increasing crop yields and protecting the soil. This type of farming helps to restore degraded land, protect the environment, and increase crop yields. In this method, there is no tilling the land. No-till farming methods suggest zero or least soil disturbance. Our farmer today tells me that his production has really improved since he adopted this type of farming. Now let's go to the farm and learn more about farming in God's way or zero tilling. Hello and welcome to Kilimo and Biashara show. Well, every type of farming, regardless of what you're farming, it all boils down to how you manage your soil. And so today we want to explore a rather unique type of farming whereby this particular farmer is exploring minimum tillage or no tillage at all. That is what we're going to explore today. We want to learn how this farmer has been able to get good production while not disturbing the soil, minimum tillage or no tillage whatsoever. So we have this farmer. Let's get to learn how he actually put this into practice. Shall we? Let's go. Dan.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Good to meet you.
Thank you.
And I see you've prepared here. What's happening?
Okay, I want to show you farming God's way.
Farming God's way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. In farming God's way, we don't till. We do zero tilling, and we cover our soil 100% with mulching. But in farming God's way, we call it God's blanket.
So we put mulch even on this one?
Not only one side.
Oh, only one side?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is the rod A, and this is rod B. This is farming God's way. This is just the normal way the other farmer do. Yes. Conventional way. Oh,
so it's a combination of technology, biblical,
normal farming, conventional
normal farming,
yeah,
conventional farming, and
farming God's way.
And what's the role now?
The benefit of this mulching in farming God's, we call it God's blanket. It prevents moisture. So when you put water, you put less water than here. Number two, it makes your soil soft. Yeah. Another advantage is the cooling system. During when it is too hot, it makes the soil cool. At night, the soil is warm.
So there are three ways.
One is biblical, where you pray for your farm to break the curse. Number two, the one is management, where you do on time. You don't wait for the rain. And number three is management. Yeah, technology, management, and biblical. I want to show you benefit of a God's blanket. Okay, so I hold this for you. Yeah. Yeah. We assume one night it will rain this can. Okay, we make it rain. Yeah, this is rain. Yeah. It is raining in one night. Yeah. This is one night. This farming God's way farm. Yes. I want to show you. I want to pour another the same water here. Ah, okay. So we make it rain here as well. Yeah. Shika. Okay. Why don't I just here? Okay. Imenyesha paka imejaa chini. Endelea tu. Endelea. Now I see the difference. After one night rain, you see there was a lot of erosion overflowing of water runoff, there was runoff.
Yes.
But if you see for the farming God's way, the water is very clean. We get just 3/4 of the grass. These were more than 2. Yeah, and after 1 week, there will be hard pan here. That one will be very soft.
Yeah, because you have to take care of the soil.
Yeah. In farming God's way, we take care of the soil. It takes 3 years to heal the soil, and you start harvesting bounty harvest.
So it takes 3 years for the soil to heal.
You know, you keep on working on the soil, covering with mulching for 3 years. You heal your soil.
So during that time, you can still plant.
Yeah, you keep on planting with the inputs and covering the soil.
Oh, you do crop rotation. That was a very good demonstration, but I'm now wondering which crops are ideal for this type of farming.
Farming God's way, you do all the crops, and we also do crop rotation. We do the roots. Roots are like these onions, the carrots. Then the second season you do the fruits, like nyanya, hoho. The third season you do legumes. The fourth season you do the vegetables like leaves, like cabbage. So when you do that, you also eliminate the pesticides.
So you rotate with other crops?
Yeah, with other crops. And we have 4 types of crops. The roots are one. Don't plant roots where there are roots. Like now, here because there is onion, we can't do carrots. But we can do fruit like tomatoes, hoho. Then the other season we do the leaves. Those are like skuma, cabbage, or broccoli. The other season we do the legumes. Now when you do legumes, they are also very good in the soil because they fix nitrogen. Yeah. And when you keep on adding the mulching, the gauze blanket, it has a lot of advantages because we eliminate the expense of weeding. Yeah, that is, you don't pay labor for weeding.
Yeah, so it actually cuts costs.
Cut costs for labor.
Yeah.
It also become humus and manure. So you also cut costs of manure.
So when you're farming God's way, do you use manure?
Yes, we use manure because you reap what you sow. Yeah. So we do a hole. If you are some plant for the rows, some are for the rows, others for the hole. For the hole, we do this djembe. It's 20 centimeter. We put 1 tablespoon for ash. Now the benefit of ash is to remove acidity in the soil instead of going to buy lime. Farming goes to use what is in your hands. So you just get jivu from the neighbors or from the hotel. Then you put manure and you measure. Because if you don't measure, you can't be able to count. You put 350 grams of manure, the same hole. That's why you see our plant, they are all uniform. Yeah, like this kuma.
And I see so many crops here. There's onions, there's kuma wiki kales, and there is this variety of maize. I'm wondering which type is it?
We have the black maize and we have the sweet corn.
So when farming the God's way and you compare it with someone who's doing conventional, which one is quite productive? Is yours productive?
Compared to the neighbor, you can see the difference. We planted at the same time. For them, they are already affected by the armyworm, even for the neighbors, but you can see ours are very healthy.
And how is the price, especially for this maize?
For sweet corn, we sell 3 maize at 100 shilling or 2 depending on the season. For the black maize, 1 is 100 shilling.
Yeah, and it's productive when you farm the God's way.
Yeah, no tilling, and you can see we have no labor. We don't employ people to labor. We only add the mulching or the gauze blanket.
And how about the management practices? Because now we've talked about no tillage, weeding and mulching. What are other things that one is supposed to do?
We can do top dressing if the soil is not healed, but us, because it's already healed, we don't even put fertilizer anymore because it's already rich, the soil is already rich, it's like forest soil.
Then your farm is really productive. How did you get to learn about this method or this type of farming?
I was invited by a friend in training. Then I went to Kijambe for farming God's way training. Then I get opportunity to be in Durban, Hillcrest, to learn more about farming God's way.
So did you study agriculture or did you even do a course on agriculture because you're so good at this?
No. Me, I went to school, but masomo ilipita easy, mimi nikapita ingine.
Ukapita ingine?
Yes.
But farming ikakubali?
Yeah, farming ilikubali. Nilifika form 4. Yeah. I remember in any university, but the farming I do, even a graduate can't be able to do it. I
just love how passionate you are with this type of farming. And now, I'm just curious also, how you started, like, how has your journey been up to now?
No, we started with an eighth up there, the first farm there. We started, we planted maize, and each maize has 3 mazes. They were amazing maize. Yeah. Then we did cabbage, we did pumpkins, and we became excited. Yeah.
Then you expanded.
Yeah, we expanded. Yeah. Now we are doing, this is a quarter, that is, and we also do another half an acre, and we do melon more than 10 acres for pigs.
For pigs?
Yeah.
You're growing 10 acres for pigs?
Yeah, melons.
And now, since this looks like a very lucrative business, what are some of the challenges when it comes to this farming?
One of the challenges to get the ghost blanket, because like last season there was a lot of kiangazi, so to get mulching was not easy. Yeah. And you can see like here we have not done 100%, but here you have done 100%, here we have done 100% or 90%.
So when it comes to mulching, what are the components? Which one is really favorable? Because I see there's grass and there's banana leaves.
All of them are good, except the one with acidity, like brugam. The rest are good.
So we are done with farm A?
Yes.
Tuende farm B?
Yes.
Okay, let's go see umepanda nini. Well, if you're just joining us, today we're focusing on zero tillage, as in you don't have to till land to get good production. So, Dan here, Dan, umepata mvua hapa? Ama hii ni ya mvua ama hii ni ya maji?
Kuna mvua, hizi tayari zimesha mashua. Yeah.
Na una maji,
hatumwagili maji, we just use the minimum ile Mungu ametupatia.
So it's entirely rain fed?
Yeah, yeah.
But how do you manage doing rain-fed agriculture?
Okay, one of it, we do zero tilling, so we don't interfere with soil structure. Number 2, we do 100% cover, as you can see. That ghost blanket, it retains water, it prevents evaporation.
And what happens when there are no rains? You don't put water entirely?
If you have water, you can, but we just depend on what we have from God.
So with this mulching, I've discovered there's a lot of insects inside. Is it advantageous to the soil or it's a bad thing?
Kuna wadudu kama wale mchwa, and they are very good in the soil because they do aeration and they convert this, they eat this one na zinakuwa humus. But ukikilia shamba yako ikuwe haina mulching ama ghost blanket, mchwa anakula hii. So na wakulagi ikiwa green wanaikata wanaipeleka na huko chini mpaka inakauka. So if you do 100% cover, you take care even of the creation which God created down there, and they do aeration.
So when you mulch, you don't need a lot of water, or you don't need water at all. What is the science behind it?
If you have water, you can top up, it is not raining. But now here we don't have water, so we already depend with the rain. And you can see our roast cocoa beans is already ready to be harvested. Now these are the sweet corn. Very soon we'll harvest them.
How many months?
They take 2.5 months, but the maize they take 3 months to 3.5 months. Yeah, because this one we don't wait them to dry. We sell them when they are green.
So you normally sell when it's green?
Yeah, sweet corn we sell them when they are green.
I've noticed that your farm is full of vegetables like maize, beans and many others which are short term, like 3 to 4 months. Is it also good to plant like fruits in this type of farming system?
You can do a farming course, but me because of my grant, I do this because I have grant for them.
Oh, and you can grow any other crop?
Yeah, you can grow other fruits.
At what point now do you disturb the soil? Like you have no other way, but you have to disturb the soil?
Yeah, when we are planting, we do the holes. For some of the plant like maize, sweet corn, we do the holes, 50 centimeter deep. we do the jivu and we do the manure, and we don't mix them. Then for the beans, we do the furrows. And when you are planting, we measure, because you can't measure, you can't able to count. Yeah, and you can able to know how many beans or the maize you have planted. Yeah, because farming goes way, we even give back what is supposed to be given to God. So you calculate the 10th line that you tie to the church.
Wow, that is really good. That's a blessing.
Yeah, you calculate the 10th line, you tithe. So if you don't do the calculation, you can't able to do. Like us, we know how many maize we have in the farm, and we know exactly the maize we have.
But now, what are the benefits of doing God's way farming?
Okay, one of the benefits, because we planted the same hole, so already the soil is very rich. Number two, because we do the mulching, the God's blanket, it also helps the soil to be rich also, because it got to be humus.
With this type of farming done, do you do soil testing, or it's not necessary?
If you want to do soil testing, you can. But through farming also you do this the right way. You do the jivu, you do the manure, you do 100% cover. 3 years your soil will be ready. Yeah, it will be 100% healed.
And now for a beginner or someone who wants to venture into this type of farming, where do they begin? Especially when it comes to preparation of land, what time to put the mulch, how long it should be?
The first way is to clear the weeds. You can use jembe, you just take waraju without tilling, or a panga, or if you have more mulching, you just put in the farm. It will make the weed to suffocate. Yeah, so you reduce the labor of tilling. Yeah, if you have more mulching.
And how long does it take before you plant after mulching?
Maybe if you do the mulching, 7 days, the weed will suffocate.
7 days and it's ready?
Yeah, you start planting. Yeah.
Earlier on you mentioned about the types of mulch that one can explore, but which one is really reliable? Is there one that you can say this one works best?
It depends with the environment where people they are. Like now when we harvest this, we don't convert them to the mulch. We do not give them to the cow. This is my cow. And you can see last season, these are some. Yeah. Yeah. They are already decomposed to the soil.
So it doesn't affect the soil?
It doesn't affect. Yeah. Like you can see, there's the beans imeagucha matawi zake. Sinaona? Zimekuwa bado humus. Yeah.
I see yours is a little bit of small scale or different parts. Can someone explore this type of farming in large scale?
The reason for that I have done is because I was able to buy big land at the same place. Yeah.
But someone can do it in both?
Yeah, I have seen someone who is doing more than 100 acres, but not in Kenya, in Durban. Yeah. But Kenya, the person I have seen who is doing more is roughly 5 acres. The advantage of doing farming God's way, like this one is just half an acre. It is someone in Kitale to do 2 acres to get what I'm getting in my farm. Yeah. You see, Gong is desert area. Yeah. It's semi-arid. Unafanya mahali kidogo, unavuna mingi. Kuliko ufanya 10 acres, uvune hurubaru mbili. Here you will be able to get more than 10 bags.
But now I'm wondering, will the soil get a deficit of particular nutrients? Because now here you just use manure, just a little bit, and jivu. No, it already enough because we feed the soil. We don't feed the plant, we feed the soil. What do you feed it with? Because
we do the jivu, we do the manure, and yeah.
That is the only thing that you put?
Yeah. But when you are starting your farm, because already sick, you can do DAP, then you do CAN for top dressing. But for now, my soil is already healed.
But is mixed farming allowed? Can you intermix?
We don't do mixed farming. If farming goes where if it's maize, it's maize. If beans, it's beans, like here. No mixing. This only being, there is competition. If I do beans inside there will be competition. They will compete with the maize. Yeah. Again, you are not able to fix nitrogen to the maize because you fix nitrogen when already, like this one, when it is already grown. And the maize, by that time, does not need nitrogen. When you are weeding, you have to remove some of the beans because there is no way to pass there. But you see, when I'm in the maize, There is a walking way, there is a way to pass. There is no disturbance. When I'm passing the beans, there is also a way, because there is a distance from there to here, 75 centimeters.
Yes.
Yeah.
So earlier on you mentioned when it comes to God's way farming, there are 3. Perhaps you can explain to us these 3 ways.
Okay, in farming God's way I was saying, you need to do 3 concepts. One is biblical, where you take a claim or you pray for your land to break the curse. Maybe that farm before you are farming, for people who are fighting. Yeah. 2, I will talk about technology and management. When you do management, make sure you have a ropes like the one I show you. You measure even the distance. Like you see from here to here is 6 centimeters. From here to here, because this one did not germinate, we represented with this one. We didn't remove this one. That is why they are 3. From low to low is 75. Yeah. For the beans, from one bean to the other bean is 10 centimeters. 10 centimeters is estimate from here to here, but row to row is 75. Yeah. So you need to manage that way. And the technology, you need to make sure you do 100% cover.
Would you say this is a profitable venture for the time that you've been doing this type of farming?
Yeah, it's a profitable because for one, I don't employ so many people to till the land. You only need maybe one day to do the fallows and put jiva and manure. Then we wait for the rain. We come and put the seed or a seedling, depending on what we are planting, and we make sure we have done 100% cover. We're just coming here, maybe just scouting the land.
Dan, you're so good at this now. Is it something you would advocate even other farmers or even new farmers to adopt?
Yeah, to adopt for one advantage for those people who don't have capital to buy tractors, to hire so many people to farm. They can start small. Yeah, you start small. Like me, I started with just an eighth. Yeah, we keep on adding.
And how is your market, especially when you compare it with someone who's doing conventional and yours that is in this type of farming?
Yeah, most of my customer, they know I do 100% organic, so they love my products.
But is it expensive when you compare the 2 as well? Is it expensive to explore this type of farming?
Conventional is more expensive because as you can compare with the neighbor, they use a lot of pesticide, tilling. Now when you till, you spoil the soil structure. Yeah. The only challenge with farming God's way is to get the margin, but it's all in your mind. Start small, keep on looking. What you harvest, you put back to the soil.
Thank you so much, Dan. It's been quite insightful. Like, I've learned so much. I didn't know like this type of farming, like God's way farming. Thank you so much. We truly appreciate. Thank you for giving us a very good concept that we didn't know.
Oh, thank you. Welcome.
And thank you for being part of the show today. Thank you so much for keeping me company until the end. And I hope you've learned something in this type of farming. Farming God's way, no tilling whatsoever. And you've evidently seen the produce that this farmer has achieved. Good produce, good soil management and everything. So you can explore this in your farm as well. You can try this and be sure to tell us how it stand up. So thank you so much. See you again next time. My name is Linda Koskei.